bands from what is left of Tropical Storm Barry moves through central Illinois tonight. Pretty comfortable, mid-70s, 75 Mattoon, Champaign. Our readings in that moved for several hours. Holding very steady with all of those clouds around. More clouds and more rain tomorrow. We'll put the yellow light out there. Use a little caution with areas of rain and storms off and on throughout the day. We'll talk about the heat. That will become the big story of the week coming up. WCIA3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA3 News.
There can be neurological damage, including for children.
One neighborhood has said for years groundwater nearby is contaminated, but one report found.
Plus, a building in a small town is falling apart, why leaders say something needs to be done, and soon.
Brent Christensen's mother took the stand today. What conversation she was questioned about.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
Results from the testing shows that there is contamination compatible with a manufactured gas plant.
A new report reveals toxic levels of potentially harmful chemicals in the ground near a neighborhood in Champaign. It could interfere with a major redevelopment coming to the city. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. The concern centers around groundwater contamination. A manufactured gas plant at 5th and Hill Streets closed in 1953. Ameren now owns it. Champaign County Healthcare Consumers has investigated the issue for 12 years. And now the city of Champaign is getting involved because the problem could affect its work with the Boneyard Creek redevelopment project. WCIA3's Jennifer Jensen is in our newsroom tonight. So Jennifer, what's the plan now?
The city engineer says if they find contaminants at the site, they're going to deal with the problem during the construction. The city hired a company to test the area near 5th and Hill and Boneyard Creek before the redevelopment starts in a couple years. They found toxicity levels of harmful chemicals that exceed the EPA's health and safety standards. Champaign County Healthcare Consumers says coal tar chemicals from the plant site have been seeping into the area for more than a decade. Their concern is for the well-being of the people who live nearby.
There can be cancers, including rare cancers, which we have seen in the neighborhood. There can be neurological damage, including for children. We're especially concerned about children and people who are frail or have compromised immune systems or folks who are older.
The Healthcare Consumers Group wants Ameren to be held accountable to clean all the contamination that's associated with the site. The company is required to post test results on the groundwater 4 times a year. Earlier this year, we told you those results hadn't been posted since 2015. The company recently updated their website with the current data. The city says if they do end up having to clean up chemicals at the Boneyard Creek construction site, they would pay for it out of the project cost initially. Then between the city and Ameren, let their lawyers hash out who's responsible for it. In the newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA3, your local news leader.
Certainly not the end of things there. All right, Jennifer, thank you. The City of Urbana and Independent Media Center, or IMC, is going to draft a memorandum of understanding. This comes after concerns that the IMC would have to start paying for all of its event permits. Earlier this month, the IMC was told they would have to apply for $100 permits 45 days before every public event. That happened after people were found drinking there at one event in March. Last week, the city said they would refund them for the permits they did pay for and removed the center's 12-month probation and fines. The IMC will have to apply for permits for special events that involve street closures and if alcohol will be involved. The city is providing the first draft of that memorandum.
A community is mourning the death of a city leader. David Oliver died. He worked for the city of Champaign. The United Garden Hills Neighborhood Association posted about his death. The group says he cared about Garden Hills and the people who lived there. He helped them with a lot of projects, including sleep, which helps people save on energy bills. New at 10, an abandoned building in Casey is crumbling to the ground, and the city says it needs to do something about it. It's near the corner of West Main and South Central. This weekend, the roof caved in. It's been vacant for more than a decade. The city bought it last year and put it up for sale with the hope someone would renovate it. There was a potential buyer, but they backed out. Since then, nobody has shown interest. Police are warning people not to walk through the building. The city put caution tape and no trespassing signs around the perimeter. So far, nobody's been hurt, but the mayor says they need to make sure that does not happen in the future.
We've had reports of possibly squatters being in there. I wouldn't want to have gone in there with the building being in the shape it was in. We've had reports of kids playing in the alley.
Plastic orange fencing, like you see there, was put up around it today to block people from going near it. The mayor says the city will most likely tear the building down.
We have a follow-up from yesterday. The FAA is now investigating after a small passenger plane made a crash landing on a rural road. It happened south of Decatur. No one was on the road at the time. The pilot said 30 minutes after takeoff, he felt the plane sputtering like it was out of fuel. He tried to land on the road, but the landing gear did not deploy correctly. 2 people were on board, but they are okay. The FAA said in a statement, quote, "It'll take a few weeks to complete. We do not discuss details of the investigation until it is completed," end quote. A couple in Springfield got a rude awakening yesterday morning when a car drove into their house. This happened near East Pine and South 14th Streets. Police are still looking for the suspect. Michael Henley was sound asleep when the crash happened. He and his wife heard a boom. He ran out and saw a car inside his house. When he went to check on the driver, he says she tried to start the car, then ran away when she saw him coming toward her. Henley says authorities have advised his family not to go back in the home until after it's been inspected.
Brett Christensen's mother made an emotional plea to save her son's life today, saying a death penalty would devastate her. She testified along with his sister, stepdad, and Livingston County correctional officers. Christensen kidnapped and killed U of I scholar Yingying Zhang 2 years ago. The jury's deciding whether to give him the death penalty or life in prison. The defense questioned Ellen Williams about a conversation she had with her son Brent since he's been locked up. He told her he didn't kill Zhang. The defense asked how she feels now, knowing he lied. She said she still loves him unconditionally. Livingston County officers talked about Christensen's behavior while behind bars. They said he was quiet, behaved, but didn't sleep much at night. Danville police are investigating 2 separate shootings over the weekend. The first happened early Saturday. A 47-year-old man was shot in the shoulder at a party. He told police he got into a fight with another man, but wouldn't say where that party was. The second shooting happened early Sunday morning near North Beard and East Seminary Streets. A 28-year-old man was shot in the leg. He told police he was standing outside a home with a friend when someone started shooting at them. That friend showed up at the hospital with a gunshot wound to the stomach. They told police they saw a white car drive by the house before the shooting. Both men are expected to be okay.
Hundreds of dollars were stolen from an organization that gives back to those who have served our country. That's not all. The American Legion in Catlin was burglarized this weekend. They say the person who did it stole about $1,000 cash and caused at least $3,000 in damage. Volunteers plan to use the money that was taken to pay bills and hold events for veterans.
Royalty was crowned last night. We'll tell you who's the Champaign County Fair Queen.
Plus, it's not your typical summer camp, how kids are getting technical.
And state football and basketball championships will soon have a new home where you'll be able to watch them.